Hello, everybody, and welcome to Information. We have a fantastic episode for you tonight. Tonight, me and my guest, Justine Marino, sit down and talk about a few fantastic stories, including the Canadian motorist who was pulled over and ticketed $150 for singing too loudly out of his car. Also, the California restaurant that is proudly serving reheated Popeye's chicken. And we talk about Woody Allen's new film right here on Information. Please follow us at facebook.com/information, INFAUXMATION. You should know because you can look at your device right now, and that's how you spell it. If you find great stories, send them to us. Follow our guest if you like her, which you should. Justine Marino on Instagram at JustineMachine1. Or check out her upcoming shows at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room on December 5th called Stand Up to the Streets. It's a fantastic show. I've seen it. It is a riot, and you should catch it before before it gets too big. We got a great show for you tonight. Tune in. I got music. I'm still trying to figure out this intro part, but listen to this dope song by Clarence Carter for 10 seconds or less.
When I start making love, I don't just make love, I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking.
Oh, man. I love this song. That was Clarence Carter. I Got Rhythm. The song is called Strokin'. And if you have not heard this song, it might be the funniest song I think I've ever heard.
It's pretty good.
It's just like the biggest ego. It's like him just talking about fucking.
I think I've heard a funnier song.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. Have you heard of the song Yankin' by an artist named Lady?
Whoa, let's look at this.
Please.
Yankin'?
Look it up.
Yankin?
Yep.
By
Lady. If you can call her that. The lyrics are pretty risque for a lady.
And the album's from Bitch from Around the
Bitch from Around the Block 2. So there was also a Bitch from Around the Block 1. Oh, no. No, listen. The words are just the best.
I can't even lie, fuck better when I'm drinking. Ride dick like a pro, throw the pussy like I'm famous. Pussy feel so good, feel like the rubber all fainted. You ain't gotta tell me, I know this pussy be yanking. This pussy be yank, I know this pussy be yanking.
What is yanking pussy?
Oh, I will tell you.
Oh, please do.
Here's the funny thing. I Googled it because I was like, what does this mean? Like, it sounds like her pussy's being yanked. This sounds uncomfortable.
Or like it's grabbing.
That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
I Googled it, and I literally typed in Lady Yankin', and then it auto-filled in lyrics meaning, so I wasn't the first one with this question. But it means her pussy's so tight that it's just yanking up mad dicks. Like, it's just like yanking dicks. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make this so...
that is an image to start with. Well,
hi, welcome to my
show.
brand of comedy. My pussy is yanking. No, I love that song.
Pussy be yanking.
And actually, when I had a podcast 3 or 4 years ago, it ended. But I had one that I did for a couple years with two very funny comedians, Mark Ellis and Josh McCouga, and I introduced them to that song, and we played it at the end of every podcast.
Really?
Pussy be yankin'. It was our outro song. So I hold it very near and dear in my heart.
Man, how did you find that song? Did someone have to find that for you?
No,
like send it to you?
It was introduced by a friend. I would call him an angel for introducing me to that song. But yeah, a friend of mine was just like, "Have you heard this song?" And he played it. She has that one and then another really funny, nasty one. But Yankin's the front runner for sure.
Oh, man, I am putting a star by this song.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I liked your stroking thing was cute, but it doesn't really compare to Pussy Be Yankin'.
It's just such a classic sounding song. You're like, all right, this is soulful. And then it's just like, nah, I be fucking.
Yeah. I mean, I respect that, though, you know? Yo, I be fucking.
Just a heads up, I be fucking. Well, Justine, thanks for joining us here on the show.
You're
hot
so welcome.
Start. Hot start.
I'm coming in real hot. I've got my dog. We're hot.
Thanks for you have done our live show before, first time on the podcast, which is great to have you on the show. How is everything? How's life? You seem super busy.
Life is great. I'm very busy. But it's all good, you know.
Yeah.
here in LA.
Oh, yeah, yes, we are in our Los Angeles studios, which is right across from the Scientology building on Sunset.
Not gonna lie, I was a little scared.
It's very creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, I just look out my window every day, and it's just that, and it's frightening.
Yeah, it's a little frightening. I mean, just to think how many people are like trapped in there, you know, it's like, but what can we do? Leah Remini's doing her best, you know.
One episode at a time, we're going to save them.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
I watched that show. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Oh, yeah.
It's insane.
It's absolutely crazy. It makes you like this can't be true, and it absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
is. Insane.
Yeah. But that's not, that's not how we want to start this.
Pussy P. Yankin and Scientology is dark.
Well, we had fun on the Halloween roast in Denver.
We did.
We played Wednesday Addams, and boy, was that fun.
I had such a good time, and I actually, since I was headlining, the Sunday after we did them, I had a woman come to my show because she loved me so much as Wednesday.
Oh, perfect. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I know. She wasn't used to me not
wearing
wearing
all black. Was it the
black.
one whose tits you signed?
No, not her. Although that
boy, we should
post...
discuss that because I stopped in it. I was on your show.
Yeah, you were on.
I was on the show.
I think. Did you take that picture? You may have taken that picture.
No, but I was definitely watching it happen.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Definitely watching it happen. And
a woman asked me after I headlined. Brent opened. He did a great job. I headlined. A woman asked me after to sign her tit, which I've signed men's tits before, but never a woman's.
And the look on her face was so just pure joy.
She was really excited.
It was pumped. It was a great picture. How many did that?
It got like 1,950 likes.
Jesus.
And most of my posts, you guys will see when you all follow me. Like 200 is good for me.
Yeah.
You know, like a nice 200 is like okay, solid. So that's on like the higher end for me, but. Then it should just go to 1,900.
Did you hashtag it a special way, or did people just wake up when they saw tits?
No, I didn't hashtag it at all. The only thing I really tagged was that I was at Comedy Works.
Right.
And then I think just maybe something in the algorithm with people, whoever liked it, it caused it to suggest other people take a look who have similar interests. But I didn't even think the picture was that sexy per se. Like,
I don't think it was sexy. It was more funny.
Yeah, it was
sexy,
really funny.
Sure.
But like, should I just quit comedy and sign tits forever? I think clearly it is much better for my social media feed. Like, I'm trying to put up, thoughtful, reflective, comedic posts, but apparently just tits.
Tits is what's going to do it for you,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, we also you just brought this to my attention today. I'm new to this building that we're in here, these studios here in Los Angeles, if you will, with queen size beds in the corner and desks behind me. And it's apparently I have on my buzzing things 4 names total,
When
like
you,
an 80 unit apartment.
Well, yeah, this is a big complex, and there are a lot of those, and there's of course the little call-in box where you scroll. There's the A to Z and you scroll through. So I started scrolling and there were maybe 2 actual names, manager's office, and then just YOLO in unit 303. So I'm very curious who's in there, because that sounds like a fun studio.
I definitely want to that could be one of so many different options. What was your first thought?
My first thought was, that's Brent.
No. Building manager. Don't put my real name. Just put YOLO.
Just put YOLO. Well, I was like, he's a comedian. Maybe he thinks it's funny.
Just buzz YOLO.
Yeah.
You'll see. I figured it was like a drug dealer or like some sort of prostitute that's like, hey, YOLO.
I just think it's so obvious to, like, you'd really tip your hand by just having YOLO as the fucking dial up for your spot,
I wonder if that one has since moved and someone else is in there and they can't get it. Why does it say YOLO? And they're like, God damn it. That's not.
So funny. I laughed really hard though, but just also the fact I scrolled through about 3 times just because I was in disbelief that there were so few people who had put their names on the box, but also B, that it was manager's office YOLO and only actually 2 names.
God. I wonder if one of the names was just the other building manager.
Maybe.
Because we have 2 of them.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I'm sure it's just all them. Do you even know you can put your name on
No,
the...
I don't.
You can.
I don't think I can buzz it in, though, can I?
Yeah, you can. You hook it up to your phone.
Oh. Every time that I've tried to get it from, or that when we were looking at this place, the manager always walked down to do everything.
Interesting. Well, maybe it's broken, and maybe that's why people
That would
aren't.
make sense.
But typically with those, they hook up to your cell phone, because I used to live in a complex like that, and then you just hit pound, and it buzzes them in, and you can just... But the problem with these places is they're so big, and most people can't fucking figure out where to go, you know? So
true.
it's easier to just
That's
walk
true.
down.
That's a good point. Yeah, this could be a little confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, a lot of action outside tonight. If you can hear these sirens.
I can.
There are so many. This is probably the 3rd set of sirens right now at 8 o'clock West Coast time. I wonder if they're all going to the Scientology building. What if something's happening there?
Maybe
God, that would be great.
Maybe Leah's doing
Leah
an
did
attack.
it. She did it.
She did it. I love Leah. She's such a badass. She and Rose McGowan right now.
Who's Rose McGowan?
She's like spearheaded the Harvey Weinstein takedown.
Oh. Was she one of the ones that first started to come out?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And now she's like written a book and, you know, tweets every day about it, and she's kind of a badass.
Wait, she's written a book already?
It comes out in January, I think. But yeah, she's like teasing it. But
So it sounds like she had the book ready.
she's been holding in a lot, and because she got a settlement of like $100,000 back in, I think,
That's it?
97, and then he offered her $1 million to keep quiet on this when the New York
Really?
Times, was it the New York Times? I think article came out. And then she kind of asked for $6 million, and then she was like, fuck it, I need to tell this story more than I need $6 million.
And did he say yes to $6 million?
I don't know. I think she actually pulled it before he even responded.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty dark. All this shit.
Wow.
I heard
I
an
just
actor.
stay in the sand about it. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm so deep into it.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. And now everyone's just getting, you know, outed as rapists and molesters.
What's going to happen to Los Angeles?
I don't know, but like Ed Westwick from Gossip Girl was just accused of rape this morning.
What? Who's Ed Westwick?
He played Chuck. So my dog is named Blair, who's here with us. Blair is named after...
This guy looks like...
Yeah, he looks like a rapist.
He for sure looks
you
like a
can't
rapist.
No, but he played...
Look how deep this V is
I
on
know.
this shirt. Look at this thing. That's like down to his belly
I know,
button
like you're a
almost.
rapist, bro. No, he played the boyfriend of the character my dog is named after, and I think they ended up getting married. But
Wow.
yeah, so
Well, you really like Gossip Girls.
I do. Well, I auditioned for the role of Blair.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Oh.
this was like 12 years ago, and I really fucking wanted it, and I honestly like almost lost it overnight. I was like, I can't. I really thought I was gonna.
What?
And I had a really good audition, and this is so sad. Was I 20? I was 21 at the time, and they said I was too old.
What?
They told my agent I was great, but I was too old, and they were going to go with actual 17-year-olds. And then they went with Leighton Meester, who was 20. She was a year younger than me.
Ouch. How did your ego take that?
It didn't take it well, and now I do stand-up comedy. So I was like, I'm going to make my own path.
Oh, man. That is brutal.
Yeah, I've been at it for a while.
I did know that, but I didn't know. Oh, man.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It took me a while to be able to watch the show, you know.
And then you fell in love with the show?
And then now, I mean, it's so for me. When I read the script before, I was like, oh, it's like Cruel Intentions meets The OC. This is so my lane.
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
so good.
I did Cruel Intentions. Great film.
So
Great film.
good, right?
Yeah. People like that's like people like the show,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
yeah.
The show, the movie.
Yeah.
They did make a show out of it though, didn't they?
They tried to, so they made a musical out of it.
And then they made a sequel.
And then they made a sequel. Someone big was in the sequel. Was it Amy Adams? Someone of that caliber was in the sequel.
Okay.
And then they were going to try and make the show. I think they shot a pilot and everything. I follow Sarah Michelle Gellar on Instagram, so of course I followed the whole thing. And then I just don't think it got picked up.
Really?
which was surprising to me.
Especially if it had Sarah,
Yeah, I mean
Sarah
SMG is like a solid name to have attached.
What if they had SMG and JTT?
Oh, if JTT was
Did JTT do anything? You would know this.
No, I think he went to Ivy League school, and now I think he's like a normal person. I think he came back and did like a guest star on Tim Allen's new show.
Okay.
But he doesn't really act anymore.
Gotcha.
I was never super into. I mean, I always
teen heartthrob.
Yeah, I was into Leonardo DiCaprio so hard. I saw Titanic 16 times when it came out. Then I've seen it 2 more times as an adult in the theaters.
Wait, you saw it 60 times in the theaters?
Yeah, I saw it 16 times in the theaters, and then it's come out like
it's like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, I've seen it 18 times because I also saw it on my 27th birthday because it came out in 3D, and then it came out for Oscar season at the ArcLight one year, and of course I go every time it's in theaters again. I'm like, I have to go.
Wow.
I'm like forever tied to that.
Do you
movie.
love all of his movies or just that one?
I do love all of his movies. I like his earlier ones typically better. I mean, I love Django, and I loved Wolf of Wall Street so much.
Yeah.
There were a couple in there that I was like,
not a fan of.
Not a fan, but just kind of like J. Edgar. I didn't even bother seeing it. It was just kind of seemed long.
Okay.
And like
I didn't watch that one either.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Leo and Romeo and Juliet. That's peak Leo for me. See you later.
How many times did you watch that one?
I only saw it 5 times in the theater because I talked all about this on Kevin O'Brien and Taylor Gonda's podcast.
Oh, These Things Matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Leonardo DiCaprio was my episode because I was.
That's all you talked
so
about.
that's all. If you guys want to hear that, you can look it up.
Perfect.
These Things Matter.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I could really go on and get into a Leo K-hole, which I don't think Brent wants to do.
Nope, not where I want to dive into. I love him as an actor, but I'm more like a Inception and
I love Inception too.
The Scorsese. I'm drawing a blank with him and Matt Damon.
Departed.
Departed.
Yeah. I'm talking more like I'm trying to think.
But you like teen, like young Leo.
Basketball Diaries. Even Total Eclipse, which is like a really obscure one where he plays this gay poet named Arthur Rimbaud. Like I was all about all those art house
Leo
flicks. I was like, he's so deep. I love him. he gets it, you know.
Oh man.
But yeah, they're good. For the most part, I think he's pretty good at doing hits, you know?
Yeah.
Even The Aviator I like.
Aviator was good.
Yeah.
For sure.
Catch Me If You Can was solid.
Yep. I really enjoyed that one. He's him and Johnny Depp. I think are probably a few of my favorite because when they're in their character, it's not like a Tom Cruise thing where like when I see Tom Cruise doing anything, it's Tom Cruise playing a character.
Yeah.
When I see Leonardo or
Johnny
Depp, it's like they are that. It's like fucking. They're not quite as like when I watch David. No. Bill the Butcher. God damn it! I'm so high right now. I'm blowing it. Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York.
Oh.
Also in There Will Be Blood.
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Mm-hmm. He, my God, he
he's
completely absorbed. I saw him in an interview, and I was like, "That's him."
Yeah.
He doesn't even look the same.
Yeah.
Like in his parts, it's unbelievable.
Oh, he's insanely
unbelievable.
Talented. Johnny Depp and Leo were in What's Eating Gilbert Grape together.
Yeah. I did know that. I've never seen that movie, though.
Oh, it's so good.
That's what I've heard.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leo got nominated for an Oscar for that.
Well, and he was, 12?
No, I think he was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Yeah. Now I'm like, he has like dad bod and like kind of a bad goatee. I'm not that into, but.
Is it because he's going up for a part? Probably.
I don't know. I think he's just like, I'm Leo. I can literally pull in whatever. I can yank any puss.
It's
all
true.
the puss is yanking for me. Like he doesn't have to. He's Leonardo, you know?
He just yanks it.
Yeah.
That pussy be yanking.
Yep.
Well, let's dive into these stories. What do you say?
Are we not done with the podcast? Thanks for tuning in.
Tune into the other podcast about her obsession with Leonardo.
I just came on to plug this podcast I did 3 years ago. Cool. Thanks, Brent.
Well, we got 3 great stories for you tonight, and I want to start up in Canada, where this is great. So, a Canadian motorist was fined $118 for singing while driving. So basically, what was happening is he was in Montreal, and they have these sound regulations where you can't scream, you can't unnecessarily honk your horn, you can't play loud music, all this Canadian type shit. But the thing that was funny about this, he's a 38-year-old father of 2, and his kids were in the car, and he was driving home from the grocery store, and he was playing this song. Oops. Okay, everyone knows this fantastic classic 90s jam, Gonna Make You Sweat.
So good. You guys can't tell, but I am like dancing in my chair.
So he was singing this song, and presumably on the Everybody Dance Down, they heard him because his windows were down. Cops pull him over and write him a $150 Canadian, $118 US ticket. Because so cops 4 police pulled him over. 4 police, and it's illegal, I guess, to noise resulting from cries, clamors, singing, altercations, or cursing, and any other form of uproar is in the category of prohibited noises.
Ugh.
What would you...
I mean, first of all, is this the town from Footloose? Like...
No music!
No music and no fun!
No dancing!
I mean, as someone who has, on a hungover morning, leaned out the window and screamed the lyrics to, Mariah Carey, Always Be My Baby, to the city of Boston, I take issue.
'Cause you'll always be my baby.
I mean, I was so hungover. And, we were on tour, and we were coming into Boston one morning, and I was just belting it out, and I really feel like the city of Boston was enjoying it. And as someone who has partaken, I take issue with this. What? I'm sorry. I get unnecessary. What?
It's bullshit. So,
it's bullshit. It's a jovial thing to just be feeling so good that you're singing out the window. Was his voice offensive? Were they mad?
Or, I mean, I partly wonder if he was just singing so poorly that they're like, fuck this guy. We can pull him over for this.
But
because that'd be great if he was just fucking terribly singing it.
Oh, look, we all sing in the shower. We've all done karaoke. Come on, have some compassion for this guy. Who was this? What time of day? Does it say what time of day?
It was. I mean, presumably it was in the afternoon because he was driving home from the grocery store.
Maybe he got some really sweet deals. Have you ever been in a mood where you have a really great day and you're driving home and you're just feeling your music and you're like, yeah. I mean,
like Clarence Carter, like that song I started the show with, Stroking.
Yeah, Stroking.
Pussy be yanking.
Yeah, I mean,
how can you not be yelling that out?
How can you not be screaming pussy be yanking out the window? I do on my morning commute.
And that's not even when she's hungover. That's just sober Justine Marino.
That's just a Tuesday,
Tuesday in Hollywood.
I will say, I recently found out that in Singapore, it's illegal to chew gum. So
Really?
Yes. You'll get fined.
To chew gum?
Yes.
Whoa.
So other countries have some weird rules. And come to the U.S., you guys. We don't have gun control figured out, but you can chew gum and
you can
sing.
Chew gum and you can sing out of your car.
Out of your car.
Worries.
I feel like, what kind of dickheads are just are they just sitting around waiting for someone to drive by being too loud? Is there so little crime where this crime was committed that's all they have to do?
I would love it if they pulled him over on horseback. They're like,
yeah.
Hey, sorry, but pull over, eh?
Yeah, eh? That's such a great song too.
It is. I mean, it's a fun song. It's not like it was like an offensive song like Pussy Be Yankin'.
It's not. I mean, honestly, yes, I can see if I were driving in a school zone singing Pussy Be Yankin', I can see how that might be an issue. But this is a jovial, lighthearted song that gets people in the mood. Was it a Friday?
Makes you want to dance.
It does. And you know I love dance.
Yeah.
And the 90s. Fuck those cops. So good.
Oh, that's great. I would be so pissed. They say in the story that he is taking it to court, and he's going to try and fight the ticket as well.
What do you even say to that?
Yeah.
I was trying to spread joy and
joy and love to
and
everybody.
love and fun.
And instead, I get a $150 ticket. Thank you for that.
He probably didn't even realize he was singing that
He said
loudly.
he didn't think he was even singing that loud. He said just as loud as you would sing if you were happy and you liked this song.
Oh my God! Case closed. Mic dropped. Anyone can understand that.
Any juror, like I would take
Yes.
that all the way to a court, to a juror.
Yes, he should fight that. What's that guy? What's the guy's name?
It's hard to pronounce.
Oh, okay.
It
Well,
is
dude, get at it.
Taufik Mawala.
I mean, he should be fined for having that name, but not for singing this wonderful
the
song.
judge is like dismissed on I don't know how to say your name.
Yeah, dismissed. Did they spell it correctly on the ticket?
No,
like there
yeah.
must be.
Can he get out of it that way? God, I my song, like if I, because all right, Teddy Pendergrass, big fan of him, right? And his song, I would be belting that song out on a regular basis. And thank God, and no one's ever, like I've screamed that song so loud, the car next to me looked over and seemed genuinely concerned for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my go-to song, I usually reserve it now for karaoke, but is Celine Dion, It's All Coming Back to Me Now, which is very dramatic. I actually used to sing it on the way to auditions to warm up. I'm not joking, I probably sang it on the way to my Gossip Girl audition just to loosen me
It's
up.
all coming back to me now.
Yeah. So it's a really good thing that that's not illegal here, because I would have been fined many times for singing Celine, who is Canadian.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wonder if you could get away with it if you're singing Justin Bieber or Celine or
Dion.
Drake.
Yeah.
Although Drake doesn't yell.
No, he doesn't.
He's very subdued.
But even that song, like, unless that guy was putting his head out the window, and it's like, everybody dance now. How can you even sing it that loud? You know?
me on time.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the words. I don't think anyone knows the words.
I don't think it's like, yeah, first of all, how does he know? He should be given a medal
For knowing the actual words of the song.
to be able to sing.
That's what the cop's justification was look, no one knows the actual words
Yeah.
to that song. You were just singing.
Yeah.
Or
You
screaming.
weren't
You weren't
screaming
singing.
words. That's so funny.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next story. Moving down to California, where we both live now. There's a place, Long Beach. That's not too far, correct?
No, it's like 45 minutes.
Dope. I may want to do this just for research. There is a restaurant called Sweet Dixie Kitchen in Long Beach, California, that is proudly serving reheated Popeye's chicken.
So gross.
Basically what they're doing is for their chicken and waffles, they're selling, they buy and reserve Popeye's chicken and charge $13 for it for 2 pieces of Popeye's chicken.
Well, as a vegan,
You just look so distraught by this story.
I feel distraught for those who eat meat, but also at the same time, I'm like, this is why I don't fucking eat meat, because the people who make it and distribute it are fucking disgusting. I would take, to be fair though, I would take used Popeye's chicken over like whatever is in McDonald's burgers, they
That's
bounce.
fair.
They bounce on the ground. Like
the McDonald's burgers?
yes, they fully bounce on the ground. Or like
Because of all the soy?
probably, I don't know what it is. They bounce.
Have you tested this?
A long time ago, like in 4th or 5th grade, my friends and I tested it, and we were like, "This is what are we eating?" But okay, we love McDonald's, you know. But just reheating chicken. I mean, I get the idea of like this is the best, but do they give Popeyes the credit?
No. So what happened?
Sorry, I interrupted because I was
no,
so
you're totally fine. No, they
taken aback by this news.
They said so they don't advertise that it is Popeye's chicken, and when they were called on it because different customers saw the employees carrying boxes and bags of Popeye's chicken into the kitchen, and they were called about it, and they had a negative Yelp review on it. So
wait, what did the Yelp review say?
I'll have to look it up. Let me see.
Oh my god, I want to know what the Yelp review said. I live for Yelp reviews. I'm old now, so instead of drunk texting, I drunk Yelp.
What?
You get drunk, and then like all the places that have hurt you, you give them a bad Yelp review.
Well, they have 4 stars for 713 reviews.
I mean, that's actually not bad.
That's really not bad.
I just want to know what the Yelp review said, that they're like, how did this chicken connoisseur, like, was there a test that they did?
No, they saw them carrying.
Oh, they saw them carrying it. Sorry, I was texting for a
chicken
second.
in.
Sorry, I'm not high. I'm just was half paying attention.
You should be high though.
I know, but I can't drive high.
Oh.
Because I'm a bad driver to begin with. I hate driving.
Let's see. I wonder what the original one was, but they're gonna.
Wait, so the review just said, I saw them carrying in Popeye's chicken. But were they like, but on the plus side, it was delicious. But to their point.
Kimberly Sanchez got caught selling Popeye's fried chicken as their own, trying to hide it as a secret.
What?
Yeah. So
Kimberly Sanchez was fucking selling Popeye's like it was drugs?
Yeah.
That is so funny and kind of genius. And also, I have to say, at this point, I'm just impressed, you know?
Dude, well, so they responded when they got called on it. They responded with this quote, which is awesome, of saying that Popeye sells the best fried chicken anywhere, and it's from New Orleans. And that's what the restaurant. So he's like, "Go fuck yourself. It's good chicken. Who cares?" That's what he said on Facebook. In a when he was called on it again, it's good chicken. Who cares? Which is a good point.
Yeah,
I mean, for all the fast food chicken, it is probably the best.
I mean, again, I don't think I've eaten at a Popeyes ever, but no offense to anyone who has.
My
but
parents love Popeyes on 4th of July. That's what we get every year. On 4th of July.
Really?
Like, giant order of Popeyes chicken.
I think I've been in a Popeyes once, and it was with comics in between an open mic. And I think I just sat there.
Which is the only place I feel like you should be at a Popeyes.
Yeah.
Justine, should be at a Popeyes.
Oh, yeah, totally. There's no other circumstance that warrants me being in a Popeyes. But yeah, I mean, I kind of have to applaud the dude for just standing by it.
Oh, yeah.
I will
He's
say
not backing down.
They need to give credit where credit is due,
I would say
though.
that too. Put it in there.
Also, is there a deal they can strike up with Popeyes to make it the official chicken of what's
Of
this
Sweet Dixie Kitchen?
Sweet Dixie. First of all,
Sweet Dixie
you're
Kitchen.
eating at a place where the dude named the place Sweet Dixie Kitchen. So, like, lower your expectations, number one.
If you look at the picture of the pictures of the food actually look pretty good. But
Here's my concern. Food safety, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
that's why they're getting in trouble, because the food safety
yeah,
part. I get it.
I get that.
I get it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If there's a way they can get the fucking, just ask for the recipe. How shitty are your cooks that you're like,
You can't figure out.
yeah, that you can't figure out how to make fried chicken. There are so many recipes. You're like, well, just import from Popeyes.
And mark it up 300%.
Yeah, that's insane.
Oh, man.
I love that dude was such a fat ass, the owner, that he had tested all the chickens, but
no, it's the best.
so lazy that he could not figure out how to make a good chicken himself.
That would take work. And,
Yeah.
and, he's not looking.
He's
to do
busy eating Popeyes. He doesn't have time to.
Have you had their biscuits? They're good.
Do they serve their biscuits too? Oh, they must.
One of them said that I think I read somewhere that the biscuits seemed a bit off, but that was in the Yelp reviews I was reading. The biscuits seemed a bit off.
By the way, I love reading Yelp reviews. They're so funny.
There's 713 of them for this place, so
that's hilarious.
and there's a whole chunk of negative ones for like when the Popeyes thing came out. But they're still 4 stars. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's good.
That's pretty good.
Popeye's chicken. I
Maybe
guess
they know
is a
how to
point.
reheat
Yeah,
it pretty well.
I guess so. Oh, but that makes me scared for food poisoning. That's why I became vegan, because I got food poisoning from chicken a couple times.
Really?
And then I got
Yeah, I don't trust chicken.
One of the last times I Yelped, I was doing a spot at the Irvine Improv.
Yeah.
And I got tender greens before the show.
Yeah.
And then after the show, I got Yogurtland. And then in the middle of the night, I got violently ill. And then when I felt better, I was sick for like 2 days. I was convinced it was Yogurtland for sure.
I would have thought that.
And I wrote a scathing review and then like shit on them, 1 star, blah, 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 food poisoning. And then I looked up like food poisoning time, like the time frame, and it was too close to the Yogurtland for that to have been the culprit. So in
You just shit
retrospect,
all over them for
it
no
was
reason?
the tender greens. So I went back and gave Yogurtland 5 stars and was like, they're the best. And then just like copied and pasted the shitty review to tender greens. But then the tender
greens like a salad place?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of like salad and sandwiches. And I actually ate there today, so I guess I'm not that mad at them. But the one in Irvine, like it's like kids running it, college
don't give a
kids. They don't
fuck.
give a shit. But the fucking like head chef of tender greens of the corporation emailed me and was like, please tell me more about this. We take food safety. We take pride in our foods. Like he and I had to hash it out.
That's probably why you keep going there.
Yeah, because he cared, you know?
Well, it is a salad company, so I'm sure they make a lot of margin
Yeah.
on $9 salads.
Yeah, totally.
Like Mad Greens.
Yeah. Oh, Mad Greens. I do like Mad Greens. I love salad.
Fucking vegan. Gross.
It's the most socially acceptable eating disorder, so I stand by it.
Isn't gluten intolerance...
That as well. That as well.
Ugh. Do you eat gluten?
Yeah, I don't care as much about
Okay,
gluten.
good. That's good. All right, let's go to our final story. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Our final story is about legendary filmmaker Woody Allen, and apparently
best.
his brand new film that is about to come out called A Rainy Day in New York is going to have a sex scene between a 44-year-old married man and a 15-year-old girl. Good timing.
Well, I feel like we all know a lot of Woody's work is autobiographical. I don't think this
is a shocker to anyone.
Should be a shocker to anyone.
So why this story is coming up probably right now is because probably in the midst of all this Harvey Weinstein stuff, and Woody, was saying, his quote for it about saying, "I hope this doesn't lead to a witch hunt, where you can't wink at your secretary at the office." Great line, classic Woody Allen line.
Yeah,
I
classic.
feel like, and so people are kind of up in arms about this, which is kind of, I don't know. What do you think about a 44-year-old dude and a 15-year-old chick fucking?
I mean, it's hard to relate because when I was 15, I was so into Leonardo DiCaprio, who looked like he was also 15, even though he was like 26.
Oh, really? But 44 and 15.
No, 44. And no, I'm saying like 44 seemed so old. Like that was my parents.
Yeah.
That was like super. Well, I guess
it's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not sure I would be into that, so I'm having trouble relating. Although Woody, God, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't love pedophilia, but like, I love his movies,
Oh, what a response! I love that. That's the truest response you can ever have.
It's tough because Harvey Weinstein, it's not like I've grown up being so into Harvey Weinstein.
Right.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I love a bunch of them, but it's not like I was a fan of his work knowingly. But Woody Allen, I mean, Annie Hall,
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Well, so there's a lot of famous people in here. There's Jude Law, who plays the 44-year-old Elle Fanning.
Oh, well, if it's Jude Law, I mean, that's a different story.
What?
I was expecting, like, Harvey Weinstein at 44. That's what I was picturing.
But if it's an attractive dude, then that's A-okay.
Yeah,
Everybody loves Jude.
Everybody does love Jude. I was just watching him last night in The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. Oh, he's dreamy. Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit like, is he trying to get caught for something also? Like,
is he
just
like coming clean right now?
Yeah,
for no reason?
like, is he trying to tell us something? It's just weird because he's denied all of these reports so many times.
Yes.
And then, they say
reports of like abuse towards his daughter, his young daughter.
Yeah, the young daughter. And then, of course, he married Soon Yi, who was his stepdaughter, but still, she was a child.
Adopted daughter.
Yeah, adopted daughter.
Is their adopted daughter.
But
Stepdaughter's a little weirder.
Yeah. She was the adopted daughter. But adopted's almost worse than step because it's like
you bought your daughter.
I made a choice to be your dad.
Ugh.
Like, I legally became your dad. Not all stepdads do that. But I do think it's a little weird coming from Woody Allen. I feel like if it was anything else. But it almost reminds me of, did you guys watch The Jinx?
The Jinx. No.
Did you? Blair, did you watch The Jinx? Blair actually watched The Jinx with me. Never mind.
Never seen The Jinx.
We can cut this thing out because this isn't going to make sense without the context of. Also, I don't want to do spoilers, but like The Jinx is this documentary on HBO about Robert Durst.
Okay.
Who's this guy who murdered a bunch of people. He was a billionaire. He was from this very wealthy family, and he murders a bunch of people.
Father to Fred Durst?
No, I don't think so.
Is that not how Limp Bizkit got started?
Yes, and that's how Limp Bizkit. It was a documentary about Limp Bizkit, actually. No, and basically he's this very wealthy guy who commits all these crimes, and then he gets bailed out. He gets arrested for murder and then bails himself out because he's a billionaire.
Gotcha.
So $250,000 bail, no problem. And then he goes on the run, like shaves his head, dyes his eyebrows, looks totally different, but then gets caught shoplifting a sandwich at a convenience store when he has $5,000 in his pocket. Like, I feel like it's that same, like, tiptoeing around the, like, how much can I get away with without actually fully getting caught?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, is it just this power thing where, because if I were Woody Allen, like, that's insane to me.
It's like OJ,
Yes!
like releasing that book. If I did,
But also, it's like OJ getting away with murder
and then still fucking around,
and then going to jail for robbing the place for his own memorabilia.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? Like, it's like that kind of thing where it's when you're in that much power, do you get off like towing the line of like, I could get caught with this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oof. Well, it's
Blair loved The Jinx, by the way. She fully suggests everyone watch it.
Oh man. Now, so it's interesting because this movie is being produced by his youngest sister, Letty Aronson, who is has done a bunch of movies with him and is one of his writers as well. And what we did, because here at Infomation we have a gigantic budget, so we were actually able to fly in Letty's lawyer into the studio from New York City.
Oh, wow.
And talk to him about this project, because I would only assume that this has to go through a lot of legal, to get something like this to go through without getting in a lot of trouble. So if you would, please, Holden, go ahead and come on in here. We have here in the studio live is Holden P. Stanton Esquire III.
Esquire.
Right, I said that.
No.
Esquire the third. Esquire.
Yeah, it's 2 Esquires.
Oh,
I can see it.
That's not a typo?
No. Holden P. Stanton Esquire the third Esquire.
Wait, so your last name is the same as your title?
That is correct. I was born to be a lawyer, they say. Literally, my mom was pregnant with me during her dissertation in law school, and she gave birth to me right there. I was born in law school.
In law school.
In law school.
In a building or on the campus somewhere?
No, in the building. And
the one building.
Wow, that's
in
crazy.
the law building.
That's holy shit, man.
And I just stayed there.
The whole time. And you were just born and raised. You were just raised in that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of law experience.
It's my whole life.
So,
okay.
Yeah, what do you... I don't want to, spearhead this,
How'd you get hooked up with Letty?
Recommended through a friend. Oh. I stand by my client and her artistic choices.
You've been with her for a long time?
Yeah, I have. I have. She's been, dare I say, a friend.
Oh.
Dare you?
So you have an intimate relationship.
No.
But intimate friendship.
I wouldn't say intimate.
Okay. Just a regular friendship.
We're business.
Sometimes
pals. Business, casual friends.
Okay. Maybe
what does that look like? Like you go out for drinks together, or
no.
Like you'll share an Uber away
from
somewhere.
A family event, maybe they'll invite me to a Christmas party. I'll invite them for a dinner.
Gotcha. So it's more professional than friendship.
We're adults.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So we have adult relations.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, Holden, I'd like to talk to you about your client. She is producing another movie for her brother, Woody Allen.
Correct.
You, of course, know who Woody Allen is.
Who doesn't?
Right. Now, I'm interested in the choices and that she is kind of going with this for her brother. Don't you think it's a little risky,
I mean... one thing that he is known for, Mr. Allen, is taking those big risks. In all of his films, true. He makes these huge, high budget action adventures, and everybody knows that there's been plenty of people and animals hurt on set, and those sometimes that can cause some huge controversy, and but I think that those are it's a valid art form.
Okay. I haven't heard that take on Woody's repertoire so far.
Are you sure you're not thinking about Michael Bay?
That sounds a lot more like Michael Bay.
I don't know. I haven't particularly watched a lot of Woody's films.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Oh, okay.
They're Annie Hall, I would recommend.
Oh, yeah.
Mighty Aphrodite, Celebrity with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, those are the ones that he did not like. Transformers. You were thinking Transformers.
I haven't actually watched a film in years.
Have you ever watched? Okay. Oh, boy.
Of any sort.
What was the last film you saw, Holden?
Well, that's a long time ago.
Never-ending Story.
Okay.
My first crush was Atreyu.
Me too.
So, okay. So you've done... Okay, all right. So Never-Ending Story was the last film you watched. So it's been quite some time, it sounds like.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think that came out in the early 80s.
Yeah, I think so.
I've lost my life. I can't be, I've been, yeah.
I'm surprised they let you out of the law building long enough to watch Never-Ending Story.
It was there was a dispute about the copyright. And so I actually
had to watch it for work.
Yeah, I haven't seen the whole film.
You just saw a section of the film?
Yeah.
For the lawsuit?
The credits.
God damn it. Wait, there was an issue with the credits.
That's where the copyright we had to watch the thing to get the copyright.
Okay, all right, I got you.
So we watched the credits, then paused for a little while, and then.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Sure.
So you said, man, that sounds okay. What do you do for fun normally, Holden? Take your time.
Well.
Fun, like, do you go play golf?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, I know fun. I walk around. I walk to and fro work.
Oh, okay.
To and fro.
And I do like that.
And you live in New York. That must be tough. So you must you must live near your work.
It's across the street.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's fun. New York's got a lot of cars and
it's a very short walk.
Yeah. So all you do is work. You just work and then go across the street and go back and forth.
Yep.
So you didn't do any research into her
background
or her brother's background?
No. She has cash. She pays with cash.
Oh.
You must like that, I assume.
Well,
who doesn't?
Yeah.
I have quite a sneaker collection.
You're a sneakerhead?
What's that?
Okay. Have you heard of that term?
Sneaker enthusiasts are known as sneakerheads.
Then yeah, color me sneakerhead.
Learn something new every day, I guess. I'm glad we can help you with that one.
I wouldn't have pinned you for a sneakerhead.
You seem very stiff.
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't sound like you walk very much either. I mean, to
That's
and
how
fro work.
That's how I keep them clean.
You have a favorite kind of sneaker? You have a favorite brand?
Jordans.
I never in a million years. I would have assumed more of a New Balance guy because you're kind of an overweight dude. I'm an overweight guy. I'm not calling you out for that. But New Balances are like walking on clouds. But Jordans, that's your jam. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
They're fresh.
Holden, I gotta ask you, man. If you haven't,
Jumpman, 23.
I'm
Yep,
sorry.
that's a
Jordan,
Yeah,
Jumpman.
that's
Anyway,
Jordan. Yep.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I got sneakers on the brain.
Yeah.
Do you play
Continue.
basketball too?
No.
No. Okay. Have you ever played sports?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No,
No.
he's in the law building.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I forgot about that.
I do know quite a bit about contract law, though.
Now,
if you have any questions.
So you don't know anything about. I guess we should just explain it to him because he doesn't know anything about Jordans and walking to and fro.
So what is the controversy in the film?
Well,
In the film.
So in the film,
yeah.
Woody Allen's new film that your client is producing.
Yes.
There's a 44-year-old man that sleeps with a 15-year-old girl.
Now this is, but this is. Oh,
Okay, go ahead and finish. Okay.
you're not into that. No. Okay.
No.
But also, this is even more shocking
Because of Woody Allen.
Woody
Well, I mean,
Allen,
he's an artist, and he's made a lot of films before, so
Well,
I'm sure there's
but
a reason
he's-
artistically that he's putting this in his film,
He's-
and I stand by my client.
He's been accused of pedophilia in the past, and actually married his adopted daughter, who
Did you? Did you not? Did you know? You didn't know this?
No, fuck no. I don't like this.
He married.
Wait, what now?
He married. So he's been accused of harassment, of sexual abuse towards his 7-year-old daughter. Yep.
Oof.
Yep. And he has married his adopted daughter. So he adopted her when she was 5 or 6 years old,
Yep.
and is now married to her.
Whoa, that doesn't make me feel good at all.
You didn't know this?
Not a bit of it. Not a drop.
What?
Not a penny. I think all of those things are illegal. All those things he said are illegal, and I don't like that.
Well, that's what the controversy is.
Let's throw the book at him.
Wait.
which book is that?
The law. The law book. Throw the law book at him. Go to jail, that son of a bitch. So wait a second.
Yes.
So is this movie a documentary about his life? What's happening?
That's, but
What
it's,
is happening?
It's kind of up in the air. It's like, is this
no.
art imitating life?
Whoa.
Yeah, we don't know.
Wait a minute. Whoa, I had him over.
Oh, yeah. Did you have any children there?
Oh, I sure did.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Did you meet his wife? That was his adopted daughter.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Are you okay? You're looking a little white.
No, I don't feel good.
You're looking a little pale.
Well, I feel bad. I feel pale. I feel flushed.
Do you need... I have a trash can if you need...
I need a bathroom.
You need... Okay.
I need more than a trash can. I need a bathroom.
Oh, boy.
Where's the bathroom?
Oh, okay. It's right around the corner, Holden. Okay. Well, no, boy. All right.
Wow, Holden.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, that's not what I expected. Holden, are you okay in there, man? Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Oh, wow.
I have to go home.
You threw up like you talked. That's great. Okay,
So
well.
was he throwing up the whole time he was talking? Because they sounded the same.
Wow. Well, that was our guest, Holden P.
Wow.
Caulfield. I'm sorry, Holden P. Stanton, Esquire the Third, Esquire. Boy, how did you not know that one?
Wow.
How did he miss that?
He's been in the law building, and just
From day one, he didn't know.
ordering Jordans apparently online.
What an odd.
Because he doesn't go anywhere except the office, which is across the street.
I wonder what he wears. The suits.
Yeah. Does he wear suits and
And
Jordans? I hope so.
It's probably why I got hooked up with Lefty.
Yeah.
Letty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. He was dressed casually
Oh,
today.
Well, I will have to go check on him because he sounds like
great.
not good at
Yeah,
all.
not good.
But thank you, Justine, for coming in.
Thanks so much.
We're gonna have to wrap up the show so I can nurse this guy back to health.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in. Please, if you enjoyed Justine Marino, follow her on Instagram at JustineMachine1. Check out her show at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room.
Mm-hmm.
Stand Up to the Streets on December 5th. And follow her. Follow us online at Infomation and at InfoNews. Send us your stories. Infomation.news@gmail.com, and we'll read them live on there. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next Tuesday, everybody. Good night.